edit like this, like the front and the back, like
Yeah.
on all of that. Like everything in the middle is pretty much the same as what
Yeah.
the live feed is. Yeah. All right, let's go live.
You just tell me when I'm on and I'll start.
You are now on.
Morning, everyone. Ingrid from LotusPedal. We're doing a gentle flow today. Just a couple of things we're going to need today. 2 blocks or Satecha soup packs or some soup cans, a strap or a tie, a bathrobe tie works really well, a coat strap, and a blanket or a towel for underneath your neck for the floor work, and anything else that makes you comfortable. Okay, so today we're going to work on squat progressions, and we're going to look at how we can use other muscles to decrease the repetitive strain on the knees and the lower back. So really want you to listen to your body, notice how you feel in these different ways, and as we progress and add variety and diversity to our practice today, really notice and explore how this feels in your own body. So we are going to start on our backs, and if you can grab your strap or your tie or your bathrobe tie, whatever you've got, just place it around the ribs and just tie it in the front really loosely so that we've got some feedback from our rib cage breathing. So come gently down to your back, press your feet into the floor, and just come right down to your back and find a place that feels comfortable for you. Just keeping your feet on the floor, feeling your body on the mat, and noticing the strap around your ribs. Arms can be gently by your side, and just notice your breath. Starting to feel your body contact on the mat. You're feeling your pelvis anchored to the ground. Allowing the body to settle. Maybe gently closing your eyes or a soft gaze. As we move inward, notice the strap around your ribs. Feeling the feedback on the inhale. Noticing your ribs maybe pressing into the strap. And on the exhale, maybe feeling the strap moving away. As we continue to move in the body, maybe noticing the breath on the back, strap again, feeling it on the inhale, pressing maybe into the strap, and on the exhale, moving away. Noticing this 360-degree breath. Placing your left hand on your heart and placing your right hand over your left hand. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe even dedicating your practice to someone or something. My intention
for the practice is to invite you to be the observer, to explore your body as a student and as a teacher, listening to your cues. Slowly bringing your arms by your side, and slowly opening your eyes, and keeping your knees bent and your feet on the floor. We're going to slowly bring the soles of our feet together, pressing the soles together, and bring our knees to the outside of the mat, coming into supine butterfly pose. Maybe bringing your hands underneath your thighs for support, noticing how that feels. And breathing here. If you feel comfortable, you can release your hands and just allow the knees to float towards the mat. And press gently the soles of your feet together. Again, noticing that rib cage breathing. Soothing, calm breath. We're going to slowly take our hands underneath our thighs and just close your knees like a book. Take your feet together and press your knees and your feet. Take your hands by your side. We're going to inhale, press into our feet, lift up our pelvis, open up our knees. Bring our knees together and come down. So inhale, lift up, open up, knees together and down. 5 more. Inhale, lift up, open up the knees, knees together, pelvis down. 4 more. Inhale, lift up. Knees open, knees together, pelvis down. 3 more. Inhale, lift up, open up, exhale, knees together, pelvis down. 2 more. Inhale, open, exhale, pelvis down. Last one. Inhale, lift up, open the knees, exhale, knees together, pelvis down. We're going to take the feet out to about hip distance apart, toes are facing forward. Press into your feet, lift up the pelvis, bring the knees together, bring the pelvis down. Inhale, open the knees up, lift the pelvis up, knees together, pelvis down. Inhale, open, exhale, lift, knees together, knee, pelvis down. 2 more. Inhale, open, pelvis up, knees together, pelvis down. Last one. Open up the knees, lift the pelvis up, knees together, pelvis down. Pause here for a moment. We're going to slowly add what I call bridge slides, but bridge walks more like. So we're going to press our feet into the mat and just slowly start to walk our feet forward. You might feel some engagements in the hamstrings, in the backs of the legs, and only come as far as you feel you can maintain your neutral spine. We're coming forward, just doing the walk, bridge walks, extend your legs out, and then walking them back. We're going to do one more, and we're going to add another variation. So this feels like you have some sensation and you're building some strength in the back of the legs. Pause, and we'll stop here. You can keep doing that, or we're going to lift the pelvis up, and then notice your pelvis, and notice you want to come to a point where you maintain the wrinkles in your pants, bring your fingers actually to the hip bones. And we're slowly going to walk our feet forward. This is a very active stretch or strengthening exercise of the back of the legs. Pause here and notice. Bring the pelvis down. So if that was too much and you were feeling it in the low back, come back to walking your feet forward and bringing your feet back. If that was working in your body, lift your pelvis up, press into your feet, and slowly walk your feet forward. And you're going to feel those backs of the legs lighting up. Forward. Just until you feel you can maintain your hips up. And then bring back. We're going to do one more like that. Walk forward. Again, only to the point where you can maintain. I'm feeling a lot of sensation. And then bring your hips down. Pause here. Notice. We're going to bring our knees to chest. And I want you to roll back and forth on your pelvis. So feeling as your knees come towards your chest, you feel your back flat against the mat. And as you move away, feeling a big curve in the back. So let's just do a couple of rolls. And then when you come to center where you're on your sits bones and there's a nice little tiny curve, lift up your feet. Pause here. You're going to lift your arms up to the sky, and then as if I was holding the ceiling up, I'm going to flex my wrists and reach my hands to press against the ceiling, trying to maintain this posture. Neutral spine, pressing my hands towards the ceiling. We're going to hold 3, 2, 1. We're going to add a little bit of movement, maintaining our neutral spine. We're going to slowly bring our right foot forward and slowly bring our knee back. Left foot forward, slowly bring our knee back. Noticing, again, maintaining that neutral spine. So if you find yourself losing it, you've gone too far. Foot comes forward, knee comes back. Just nice, easy, as if you were pedaling or marching or walking. One more each side. You can see I'm not going very far. Last one. Slowly bring your knees towards your chest and just move your knees away from your body and bring your knees towards your chest. We're going to lift our legs up towards the sky, flex our feet, and just pause here. Arms can bow by your side. Stretch the legs up, pressing your feet towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our heels together, pointing our toes outward and our knees outward. And slowly press and come down. Bringing the feet down towards the floor. Pause. Keep pressing your heels towards each other and the knees towards the outsides of the mat. Pause here. Squeeze. Inhale, lift the legs and just move the legs back and forth. You're going to do that variation one more time and then add on. So bring your heels towards each other, knees to the outsides of the mat. Squeeze your heels towards each other, knees to the outside, and slowly come down and feel the lighting up of the insides of your legs, and pause and squeeze everything. For 3, 2, 1, release again. Lift the legs up and hold here. Just pause, moving the legs. We're going to take one of our blocks and we're going to place it between the ankle bones. So have it on the lengthwise, so landscape, taking our block, we're going to place it between our heels, sort of near the ankle bones, and we're going to squeeze. So if that other variation worked for you, that's great. This is another form of variation, and you can either do this or come back to the other variation. So squeeze your ankles, taking the knees to the outside. Oh, I can really feel the inside of my legs lighting up. Now, if you want to add a little bit of heat, you can slowly start to bring the block down, only that you can maintain, again, the knees out, pelvis neutral, and pause, squeeze, and lift. Slowly going up and down. And don't worry that you might lose the block. You can always put it back in or come back to that other variation. I'm going to do one more squeeze and lift. Hold, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take the block away. Again, do any move that feels good to you. It could be just bringing the legs, knees to your chest, moving the heels back and forth, and just notice. Notice your heart, notice your breath, and again, feeling that strap maybe on your ribs, notice your breath. That's hard work. And we're going to slowly roll a couple of times, just all the way coming up to a seated position. I'm going to face forward now. You can release the strap and bring it to the side. Make sure you have your blocks to the outsides of the mat. And we're going to move to a little bit of a stretch here. It's a form of Dandasana, but it's really a way of getting some mobility at the tops of the ankles. So feet, legs forward. We're going to slowly draw that right knee towards our chest. And we're going to bring our ankle all the way back, almost at the thigh and the calf are touching. So it's really coming close. Give it a little bit of a hug. Left leg is extended with the foot pressing towards as if there was a wall. You're going to bring your left hand behind you and press into that left hand. Right hand comes to the inside of your your right leg. So right leg. And you're going to try and find a place that you can press it, that you're extending. Where we're targeting right now is the front of our ankle, okay? So the front of the right ankle. So we're going to take our hand and we're just going to find a spot, pressing it to the left hand, taking that right hand and looking forward. See if you can soften your face and just notice where you're feeling this. For some people, they may not feel this. I feel a real light up in the front of my ankle, and this is just increasing our ankle mobility for our squat progressions. Take a big breath here. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. So let's unwind. Let's take our hands back, extend the legs, and you may have really felt that. We're going to just do some internal, external rotation. Now, bringing toes together, toes apart. Okay, toes together, toes apart, and then just out a little speed. Feeling, again, our hip bone moving around in that joint. Giving it some lubrication, and let's move to the other side. So left leg, right leg extended, right knee towards your chest, and then notice you want these parts kind of touching, feeling, again, we're looking at this part of the stretch or increasing some length here, okay? So right hand behind, tenting your fingers, finding length in your spine, and then taking that left arm inside your left leg, and then reaching forward any place. It can be the upper thigh, it can be the shin, it could be your feet. Wherever you feel you can get this stretch. But what we're looking for is not this. We're looking to find the mobility in our ankle. Notice if you feel that. And let's take 3 breath cycles. So inhale here. Exhale.
behind here. Again, extending the legs. This time let's bring feet to the outsides of the mat and just windshield wiper our legs. Again, noticing how your body feels, exploring how those movements felt in your body. Last one here. And then we're just going to come up to standing on our knees. And have the blocks, if you've got blocks or your soup cans or your Tetra Paks, just to the outsides of the mat. Tucking our toes, so you can see I'm tucking my toes here. And let's see if I go forward how that looks. Okay, we're going to do a little variation of a sun salutation. If there's any knee issues at all, we're going to be here for a while, so either fold your mat or place something underneath a pillow or your blanket. And come up to standing on your knees. Tuck your toes behind you and extend the arms forward. As if you've got a block here and you're pressing your hands towards the block. We're going to inhale here and then exhale, just come down now, back, just enough that you can feel your quadriceps, the front of your thighs light up, and come forward. Here we go. 1, 2 more times here. And come forward. Last one on this third one, we're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the arms straight up. Bring the palms together and maybe your like goddess fingers. Pause here and lift up from the whole body. Maybe maintaining the ribs down. And come to the right side. Feeling a stretch, maybe on the left side of the body. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, lift up. We're going to place our hands on the mat, coming into all fours. Inhale, lift our knees up. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, lift knees up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the knees up. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Extend the arms. We're coming into puppy pose. Head comes down, toes are tucked, and pause here. Walk the hands towards your knees, coming back into all fours. Lift up the arms straight up, hands to heart center. That's one time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Extend the arms out. Slowly bring the hips back, the pelvis back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come back. Exhale, come forward. Third time, inhale, hold here for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Lift the arms up, fingers together. Come to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. Inhale, center, reach up. Exhale, all fours, press into your hands, lift your knees up. Inhale. Exhale, knees come down. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, knees down. Third time here, inhale, lift up, hold here. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, other variation. Bring hands forward, puppy pose, or downward facing dog. Pause here, reaching the heels back. You can walk the heels back and forth. Knees come down. Inhale, lift the arms straight up. Hands to heart center. Pause here. One more time. Extend the arms out. Palms facing each other. Inhale. Pelvis comes back. Exhale. Pelvis comes forward. Add your own breath here. pelvis back, pelvis forward. Last time here, pelvis back, hold here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the arms up, pelvis comes forward, hands together. Exhale, come to the right side. Stand those arms, feel the stretch on the left side of the body. And then as if I was reaching up, come all the way up nice and tall. Exhale, left side. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat. Press into our hands, lift our knees up. Knees come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift, hold here. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Walk the hands forward, puppy pose, downward facing dog. Pause here and hold. Again, notice your heart beating, notice your breath. Slowly bring your knees down, coming into all fours. Walk the hands towards your knees. Let's lift all the way up here. And bring hands to heart center. Pause here. And bring your hands by your side. So we're going to add some playfulness to the practice. Soup cans, your Tetra Paks or blocks, whatever you have at home. We're going to add some hovering to our practice and moving towards prepping for our squat variations. So you can bring your hands first time onto the blocks. They can be on the mid, the low, or the high, or the soup cans. And then we're just going to slowly lift that right foot up, coming from our standing. And just bring a little hover here. Just hovering here, finding our foot forward, and noticing the help of our fingers on the mat. Just having them tented and feeling the hovering of our foot coming forward. And then slowly just place that right foot forward. You can bring the blocks with you to the front of the mat for now. Press into the heel of your right foot and slowly draw that hip bone or that femur bone, that big bone in your thigh, towards the back. Pressing your fingers into the mat, look forward, untuck your toes in the back and press that shin into the floor. Look forward, nice long neck, and breathe here. And we're going to slowly do some elevator fingers. We're going to bring our fingers up and we're going to just slowly lift up on the inhale. Exhale, bring those fingers down. Inhale, lift up. Press into that front foot. Exhale. Feeling the stability of our hip joint. Lift up and bring down. Inhale, lift, hold here, and extend the arms. We're going to bring our right under our left and just give ourselves a bit of a hug and hold here. And we can stay here, or you can extend the arms and bring the tops of the hands towards each other, lifting our elbows up. Feeling a little different variation here of moving a bit more of an active, moving the tops of the hands towards each other. And pausing here in 3, 2, 1. Release the arms behind us. You're going to take those hands as if you've got the block. You can even take your block behind you and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Or no block. Squeeze and bring the palms of the hands together now instead of the tops of the hands. We're bringing the palms together. Squeezing our shoulder blades towards each other. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring those arms forward. Bring the fingers down and take your blocks. Lift up that front foot. Oh yeah. And bring it behind you. Bring the other leg behind you. Coming into plank pose. Look forward. You can bring your knees down. Pause here. 3, 2, 1. Lift the knees up. Either come into all fours or downward facing dog.
Breathe here. Knees come down into all fours.
Grab onto your blocks and let's come back to standing on our knees. Hands are underneath the blocks. Again, lift that left foot up and hover. Just notice how that feels. Again, we're going to come back to this and we're going to use maybe no blocks or the blocks and just notice what's going on in the hip joint and the stability there. Muscles surrounding the hip joint and what is finding engagement here and what's lighting up. And then step that left foot forward. Bring your blocks forward. Look forward. Fingers could be outside the feet. Look forward and pause here. Untuck the back toes and press your shin into the mat. Breathe here. We're going to come back to those elevator lifts or finger lifts. So taking your fingers, touching the mat, we're just going to slowly lift up. Again, press into that heel, bringing that femur bone back and come down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the fingers down. Inhale, lift up. Hold here. Lift the arms up. Palms are facing each other, so you're extending the arms out. Again, left now, arm under right. Give yourself a hug. Pause. Now, option to take the palms away and press the tops of the hands towards each other, coming into a very different variation of eagle arms. Feeling more active as the tops of the hands are pressing towards each other. Let's hold that here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the arms behind you. Again, you can use your block or just your hands coming towards each other, feeling the shoulder blades towards each other, pressing the palms towards each other as if you have a block there. And let's hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms are forward. Bring the hands back. We're going to slowly extend that left leg back, tucking the toes. Press into your hands. And again, option to extend into right leg, extended into plank pose. Knees are up or knees are down. Hold here. 3, 2, and 1. And come up to downward facing dog or child's pose. Pausing here and breathing. Bring your knees down and come into all fours. We're going to work on that variation one more time before we move to standing. So we're going to come up to standing on our knees again, but this time maybe we're not going to use the blocks. I'll bring them here just in case. We're going to slowly just walk that right foot forward and just notice again the balance and the muscles that I need to engage. And then place that right foot forward. We're going to come into that low lunge again. Walk your foot forward, press into the back heel, and then bring your hip bone towards the back of the mat. So you feel this connection. Lots of stability there. Bring your fingers forward, look forward. We're going to add on to that variation. We're going to tuck our toes and maybe lift our back knee up. Look forward. And slowly bring the knee down to the mat. Again, lifting our fingers and seeing if we can walk that foot and lift up again, coming back into standing on our knees wherever you are, and bring that knee back. Let's move around a little bit. Let's do the right or the left leg. Okay, so use your blocks if you like. It's kind of a fun thing to do, just playing around with our stability. So you're gonna left foot forward, and again, noticing the wobbling, wibbling of your body, kinetically what it needs to do. and then slowly step it forward. You're gonna walk that left foot forward. Bring your hands to the mat, framing that front foot, and then press again into that back heel and press and see if you can even feel like it's moving back towards the back of the mat. Keep the toes tucked on the right foot. Look forward. And then option again to lift that back knee up and look forward, coming into a runner's lunge here. And breathe. And slowly bring the knee down to the mat. Again, walking the hands up and seeing again, you can bring your arms back and just noticing if you can bring that foot back. And then knee comes down. Nice, everyone. Really well done. So press your hands into the blocks or the mat and just walk your right foot forward, work your left foot forward, and we're gonna just come into dangle pose, so knees are bent generously with the belly, maybe touching the thighs, and just take the head side to side. We're going to bring our hands to that halfway, look forward, and then exhale, fold. Again, shaking the head side to side, yes, no, whatever feels good. Bring the hands to the low back and press into the feet, and let's come all the way up to standing and shake it out. I don't know about you, but I'm hot. That's great. So we're going to do some variations of moving into squat pose and the different types. We're really going to try and wake up some sleepy muscles so that we can help support our knees and our lower back. So waking up and using our glutes, and we're going to consider these like elevators, moving up and down and helping us through squat pose. So first thing we're going to do is stretch our hamstrings, the muscles in the backs of our legs. So if you've got your rolled up mat, a rolled up towel, or even roll up your mat, okay, and just place it in the center of your mat. I'm gonna face this way, and I'm gonna bring this rolled up mat onto my mat. So I'm gonna take my right foot and I'm gonna place it on the left side of my mat. So the left side of the rolled up mat, towel, or blanket, or bolster, whatever you've got. So my right heel is pressing into the floor, the mat, your carpet, and press the top of my foot. Slight knee bend. Now the difference with this stretch is that I'm gonna take my left foot hip distance apart, and I'm gonna press my heel down. Nice little bend here. Pelvis is gonna not come forward, it's gonna stay back, pressing our heel. And you'll notice I've got my foot, my left foot, and I'll come face this way. My left foot starts out behind. So it starts out behind, keeping my pelvis back. Now, if you're not feeling any stretch or any sensation, you can slowly walk that left foot forward. Okay, notice again, are you listing forward? Try and keep the pelvis behind. We're gonna hold here, feeling again a stretch in the back of the right leg, and pause here. Again, noticing, can you walk that foot forward a little bit, and can you maintain your hips back? Use your belly button as a center point. If you're listing, just notice, keep it to center and pause. And then slowly let's come off. Notice the difference. Stand our mat, maybe move our feet up and down. And let's switch sides. I'm gonna stay on this side just so to show you. We're gonna place our left foot on the right side, the end of that mat. Press our heel towards the floor. Nice, easy bend in the left foot. Right foot is behind, but about hip distance or pelvis point apart. Keeping the pelvis back. And then just notice, again, you should feel a stretch in the back of the leg, but if you're not, just walk it forward a little bit. And just notice again, is your pelvis coming forward? Trying to maintain the pelvis behind. So you're not listing to one side or the other side. And pause here. One last breath cycle here. Noticing if you can walk that foot forward a little bit more. let's take it off and shake it out. We're going to come into another variation. That was targeting our gastrocnemius, our big calf muscle. Now we're going to target the little muscle because this really helps us in our squat progressions. So again, we're going to come to this right foot, and I'm going to do it on the same side just to show you. Right foot on the end of your mat. Bend now the right knee. Again, left foot is behind and pelvis width apart. And you can bend both knees. You're going to notice a real difference in the stretch this time. It should be targeting the smaller muscle in the back of your leg. Again, keeping that pelvis behind. If you're not feeling this, walk it forward. And you should start to feel it light up. Again, both knees can be bent this time, especially the right knee. Just notice again, hip bones facing forward, pelvis is back, belly button stays to center so it doesn't list to either side. Keeping to center. Toes are pointing forward. Feeling a nice stretch. And then let's just walk that out. Okay? Let's see if I can give you a different look this time. We're going to take the left foot onto the end of the mat. Bend that left knee. Keep both knees bent and pelvis width apart. You can start with that right foot behind. And again, maintaining the pelvis back. You should feel, with bending both knees, you should feel a nice stretch of that smaller calf muscle, the soleus muscle. If not, you can start to walk your left foot or your right foot forward and notice, again, a bit more of a stretch. This is a small stretch. You shouldn't feel, but you should feel some stretch. Again, maintain the hips forward and pelvis back. And then let's just shake it out and walk it out. We're going to take that mat again and come into another stretch for the back of the legs. We're going to place our right foot and our left foot on our blanket, bolster, towel, mat, whatever you've got, and just place the heels and press the heels towards the mat. Bend your knees and feel maybe a lighting up of the hamstrings. We're going to bring our arms forward, take our bottom back, and notice again how this feels. This is a very active hamstring strengthening exercise. Hold here, maybe bring your hands to your hip bones and see if you can hinge forward. And notice where you feel the lighting up and pause here. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Press into your heels, stick that bottom out and come all the way up to standing. Take out the legs and shake them up and down. You're pausing, shake it out. Hey, okay. So whatever you've got, this is beautiful, this mat rolled up, but again, the rolled up towel, we're going to bring it behind us. We're going to come into some squat progressions. So really listen to your body. Notice where you're feeling this. We're going to try and use our glutes and try and decrease the amount of wear and tear on our knees and our low back. So we're going to take our feet, we're going to do 4 variations of squat pose using this beautiful mat, towel, blanket, whatever you got, as a way of increasing the length of our hamstrings and our calf muscles. So it's beautiful. So we're coming into this, place your mat, whatever you've got, and I'm going to just come to the side here. And we're going to start with our feet together, which can be extremely hard for some people. So feet together, heels are on the mat. We're going to lift our arms up and extend our arms. We're going to stick our booty out, so our glutes are going to do the work. Stick the booty out, and we're going to come all the way down. Yeah. Pause here and notice. So to get up, we're going to press into our heels, stick our booty out, and lift. Yeah. Pause here, arms by your side. Take the feet out now, about hip distance apart. Feel the heels pressing into our mat or our blanket or bolster. Press in, extend those arms out. So here we go. We're gonna use those lovely glutes like elevators. Here we go. We're gonna stick our booty out or our bottom, pelvis, come all the way down, press into those heels, and notice the difference in this squat. Pause here. Inhale, press into the heels. Again, stick your pelvis out and lift. Bring the hands up, hands to heart center. Breathe. Going to our next variation, we're going to take the feet wider than hip distance apart. Still the toes are facing forward. Lift the arms up, press and see the palms facing each other. Take the pelvis, stick it out. Again, coming down like a little elevator, nice and slow. Again, pausing here. Press into the heels. Again, take the pelvis back and lift. Nice and slow. Oh, lift up the arms, hands to heart center. Breathe, hard work. And move the legs side to side. Last one, again, if this doesn't feel good in your body, I'll come back to the other variation that does, but we're just using our body in different ways, so this variety and diversity that allows us to use other muscles, sleepy muscles, so that we can take that wear and tear away from our usual patterns. So this time we're going to take our toes and point them outward. You know, you hear that cue a lot. Bring your feet to the outside of the mat with the toes out. So we're going to do it with our lovely mat, okay? So point toes out, arms are extended. Again, take that pelvis back, come down slowly. Pause here. Inhale again, press into the heels, stick your booty out, your pelvis out, and lift. Oh yes. Lift the arms up, hands to heart center. Take the feet off and let's move around a little bit. Just shake it out, shake all that energy out, shake it out. And we're gonna come down and do a couple more squats, but without this mat. Now, if you like the mat, keep the mat, okay? But first thing we're gonna do is come back to our usual squat pose. What do we normally do in our body when we are asked to do a squat pose, okay? So I'm gonna come down to my usual squat pose, which is bringing my feet to the outsides of the mat with my toes pointing forward. And I'm just gonna come down like I normally do. So I'm gonna lift up, and I'm gonna come all the way down, bringing my hands to heart center, maybe having my forearms to the insides of my knees. You can have your hands down, on blocks, under a block, and just hold here and just notice the difference. Slowly going to bring my hands to the floor and lift up, and then I'm going to just take my feet out and we're going to just do tick-tock hips. So just notice and explore how that felt in your body compared to what we've been doing with the different cues and using our glutes as the main mover. So we're going to do 3 more. And again, you can use the lovely mat underneath your heels, or we can go to the next variation. Okay, so we're going to take a block, whatever you got. It could be a pillow, it could be a bolster, it can be a chair. This is wonderful in a chair if you have any knee or low back issues. We're going to take the block and we're going to bring it to, I would say, the center, so the middle range. And we're going to sit on it. We're going to sit on that block and bring our feet together. Now, I did this last night, and this is the hardest one for me, so. And just notice what your body, the patterns that it has. And squat poses are really interesting. And my whole body wants to go like this, because I already know that this is difficult, but we're gonna use the same cues that we used when we were using the mat, okay? So let's try it. We're gonna bring the arms forward. We're gonna press again into the heels of the feet, and I'm gonna use a little bit of momentum. I'm gonna press into my heels. I'm gonna lift up, stick my booty out, and lift all the way up. Hands to heart center. I'm gonna do that by the side. So come to the side, I'm gonna come to the side and show you the other variation, the same one. So we're gonna come all the way down with the same, notice again, stick the booty out, feet together, and you'll find a moment where you kind of lose it, and that's one to work on. So, here we go, we're gonna bring our feet, now maybe a pelvis width apart, bring the arms out, press into the feet, again, lift up, stick that booty out, and come all the way up. This is, like I said, lovely in a chair. Bring hands to heart center. Pause. Extend those arms out. Slowly again, come all the way down. Stick that booty out and notice where you're feeling, where you get the plonk. And bring hands to heart center and just thank God that that one's over. Okay, so now we're gonna take our feet a little wider. So I'm gonna come forward again. So our feet are wider than hip distance apart. And again, explore how this feels in your body. As you start to go wider, is it easier? What muscles are you using? So feet, toes are pointing forward. Press into your feet. You're sitting on your block or a chair. Extend the arms. Press into the feet. Lift up. Stick your bum out and come all the way up. Hands to heart center. Notice that. How that feel. Explore how that felt in your body. And here we go, coming down. And notice where you lose control. So see if we can find a way coming all the way down. Bottom comes back. Where is it that we start to lose? And hold here. Hands to heart center. Last one. Now, notice again, where did it feel the most comfortable for you? But let's try our toes out, feet to the outsides of the mat. Pause here. Arms can be extended. Wherever it feels comfortable, press into your feet. Lift. Bum comes out. Lift all the way up. Hands to heart center. These are not easy. Let's come, I'm gonna come to the side on the way down. So on the side on my way down, my toes are out. My hands are to my heart. Pause here. And again, any kind of arm movement you want, you can lift. I like my arms extended as sort of a balance. Bend into your knees, stick your booty out, press into your feet. And again, notice where you feel the plunk. Now, I felt really in control there because that's my usual pattern. So where I don't feel, where I explore my movement is where I'm needing to work on those muscles, those sleepy muscles. So let's bring our hands to heart center. Maybe take the hands to the inside and just pause here. And then if your eyes are closed, let's just remove that block. Take our legs and extend them out and just add some movement, some internal, external rotation, moving back and forth. And congratulations, that was a really tough series. So really explore where you were in those squat progressions and where you want to work. Okay, so we're going to slowly bend our knees, place our feet on the floor, and we're going to make our way back to our backs. Okay, so you can bring your hands to the outsides of the hips and come all the way and roll onto your back and all the way down to your back, pausing with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, just like how we began. Let's pause here, just noticing the change, how you're feeling, scanning your body after moving in a variety of ways. We're going to take our hips to the left side of the mat and our knees to the right side, coming into what I call a reclined twist. Feel your shoulders on the mat and either come into extended arms out, if you can come into cactus arms, and just pause here. Options to take that right hand onto the left thigh, and even looking towards the left shoulder, the left side. It's coming into a variation that is soothing and restful for you.
slowly come out of that by lifting up our knees, bringing our hips to center, bring knees to chest, and move in any which way that feels good to your body. We're going to move to the other side, so place your feet on the mat and take your hips to the right side of the mat and your knees to the left. Extending the arms or cactus arms, feeling the shoulders, softening on the mat. You can take the left hand onto the top of the right thigh and even looking to the right side. Slowly bringing your knees to center and your hips to center. Again, finishing off with either allowing the knees to come to chest. And leaving these last few breaths either coming into a happy baby, bringing your legs up and moving them back and forth, whatever feels good to your body for these last few breaths before we come into our relaxation. When you're ready, just come into any pose or any shape. You can keep your feet on the mat, extending the legs out, arms by your side, and take space up wherever you are. And if you feel safe, you can close your eyes. Welcoming your body back to the mat, to the ground. And allowing the practice and your breath to go. Have a little poem here before we move into full relaxation. And it's called The Universe in Your Eyes by September Roses. Brighter than the blinding flares of the sun, shimmering outward with the power of 1,000 stars, yet comforting, yet soft. Filled with oceans crashing and wild turning over ships, rushing under a powerful storm, yet still, yet calm. Filled with wonder and curiosity and yearning for the unknown, desperate for enlightenment, yet wise, yet content. Eyes so wide, so deep, filled with the delicate roses, the power of mighty warriors, elegant as the flowing dress of Venus. Filled with the souls of 1,000s, with passions, with yearning, with desire. Filled with beauty, filled with you. Thanks, everyone. You can stay in your Shavasana, or you can come up to seated. So just slowly become aware of the room, of your breath. And
Noticing the air on your skin. Make your way to a seated position or just lie down and stay in Shavasana. And bringing your hands to heart center. And close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Bowing your head. Just be grateful for the practice. Grateful for your body, what it can do. And thank you so much for exploring and being playful and curious. From my heart to yours.